You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere.
It's time for the Nite Lite Popcorn Pick of the Week, where we recommend a movie that you'll either enjoy or won't. Here's your host, Pete Schwaba.
All right. Welcome, folks. Welcome back. This is the Popcorn Pick of the Week. That must mean it's Thursday at 6:35 here at Nite Lite. Great to have you with me, and I'm very excited to welcome my next guest, who I wanted to have on the show, with or without the Popcorn Pick of the Week, because he's got a lot going on. He is a YouTube influencer who goes by the name Wheezy Waiter, and he has over 1 million subscribers. Conrad, not just people who tune in and listen occasionally. Subscribe. They go the extra mile. And he is now a director and goes by the name of Craig Benzine, and he just made a film called No Packers, No Life. We'll talk about that, too. We'll talk about all of it after we make the Popcorn Pick of the Week. Craig, welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me.
My pleasure. And if I can say this to another man in the most heterosexual way possible, that beard is looking really handsome, buddy. It looks much better than last time, and it looked dynamite last time.
Hey, well, thank you. I put a little beard oil in it before this.
Oh, is that the secret?
So,
I like it.
Yeah. Well, I also showered as well.
Oh, there you go. I knew it was something. It all helps.
Yeah.
How are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. I heard earlier you were talking about shaving your chest.
That's the thing. Their ads are all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen them, but yeah, what do you make of that?
Well, I have shaved my chest in the past for charity.
Oh, okay.
So, friends of mine who are also YouTubers, the Vlog Brothers, they do a thing every year called Project for Awesome, and I shaved P4A into my chest. Project for Awesome.
Oh, wow.
And just to help raise money. And then after that, I shaved it all off, and it was terrible. It was so itchy. It was almost painful. Yeah, as it was growing back.
Is it just itchy when it's growing back in, or is it just a different thing?
It didn't. I think it didn't take very long, probably a day, before it started to get really itchy and a little painful. So, yeah. So I do not recommend it. I absolutely do not recommend it.
I hope whatever charity it was appreciated your efforts and your discomfort. Before we get to popcorn, Craig, do you have a sea creature that creeps you out?
I also heard you talking about that, and I thought about it, and I guess. I have two answers. One, if you're in the water, anything brushing up against your leg is going to be very creepy. It does not matter what it is.
True.
And two, I just gotta go shark. I gotta go classic, because I feel like I'm more likely to encounter a shark than like an anglerfish or something weird under the water, and it will also murder me. So
It's true.
Yeah.
Like, even when you're in a pool and someone does a goof and grabs your leg with their hand, you immediately think fish or killer, even though you're in a chlorinated public pool or something. It's just a terrible feeling.
What you can't see is most terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a great choice. I think shark is a safe bet. All right, so let's talk about movies and movie snacks. Craig, you're a movie maker now too, and you may have made movies before that I can't remember. And I know you've acted. You've been around the business a long time. How do you like to watch movies? Are you a theater guy? Do you like to watch them at home?
I mean, I will watch them any way I can. I'll watch them on the phone if I have to. But theater is the preferred, for sure. Absolutely. Theater with a full crowd. Like I love the hype. I love when everyone's like really excited about a movie. If it's an opening night, that to me is the best scenario for a movie.
I totally agree with you. And it's that shared experience. It's that, like, when you're all, because everybody in there, regardless of their background or whatever, is there and typically excited to see this film together. That's what's so fun about it. And even I thought it was really cool. Even like Top Gun Maverick, I wasn't a huge Top Gun fan, but that first time everybody went back into the theaters and Tom Cruise gave that little message, I was like, all right, here we go. Let's watch a movie,
Yeah, and I thought that was a good movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
And it was a packed crowd. And maybe that's why I liked it, because it was a packed crowd. I don't know.
Yeah, that can help for sure. All right, so do you have a typical, do you have a genre you favor, Craig?
Well, I mean, I feel like there's great examples of every genre, but if I have to choose, I'm probably going to go with either sci-fi or action comedy, like you ever seen The Nice Guys?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
that. Yeah,
like or like what's another good example, like Beverly Hills Cop or
sure.
something like that. Like an action comedy to me is the easiest thing in the world to watch. I will always enjoy that. I'll always be in the mood for it.
I agree, but I think they're hard to pull off. I think they're hard to do properly
Oh yeah,
because they
oh
can be
yeah.
really bad, but the ones that are done well are really good. And I'll give you an example, like Lethal Weapon. I think when that came out, I think that was trying to be funny at times, but I don't know if you've seen it recently or ever seen it, but it doesn't, to me, didn't really hold up. I was watching it with my son about a year ago, and there's a scene where, Mel Gibson is undercover. It's towards the end of the movie. They're going after the bad guys. They're on Hollywood Boulevard, tons of people around, and he has his shirt open and like khaki pants on, and he's carrying like an AR something or other, and he's like, excuse me, and the cops are like, let him through, like, they don't even know he's a cop. And it's like, we know he is, but like,
Yeah.
he's just a guy walking through, the crowd with a semi-automatic. So
I
sometimes I
I
laugh for
did
the wrong reasons.
I did actually watch that recently as well, and I don't think it held up because it at the end, they the bad guy and Mel Gibson encounter each other. They don't really know each other, but they for some reason have to have a fist fight. So they and the cops, Danny Glover is like holding back the cops. Like, no, they have to fist fight. We can't arrest him now. Let's let them have their fight. Like that was really dumb.
And
don't know.
I totally agree with you. And I remember when it came out in '87, and I was working the door at this club in Chicago, and the head door guy went and saw it, and he said, dude, you gotta see this movie. Like, it was his religion. And I went and saw it, and I liked it. I didn't even notice that stuff. And now I'm like, what the hell was the matter with 19-year-old me? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it was so...
I think at the time it was pretty new and novel kind of idea to have
Yeah.
like a violent, funny movie like that.
Good point. Yeah. And a suicidal cop who's kind of on the edge, Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So you like theaters. You like, what is your, Craig, do you have a favorite snack when you watch movies, either in the theater or at home? And do they differ depending on where you watch movies?
Well, it's definitely at the theater. It's Nestle's Bunch of Crunch. I always go for Nestle's Bunch of Crunch.
Conrad, who gave you Bunch of Crunch earlier this week as a gift?
I've never tried it before that. And those,
It's delightful.
they were addicting.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
with you.
Sometimes,
Great choice.
sometimes I'm like, I don't need all that sugar. And I'll just have half of it. I always eat the whole box because I can't stop.
They are.
I love Nestle's Bunch of Crunch. At home, I don't have Nestle's Bunch of Crunch around, so probably I don't know. It's just whatever is convenient.
You don't keep
At
a candy counter at your home, Craig, and the
No, but that's a great idea. That is
why
a great
not?
idea.
Yeah, I think we eat a little healthier at home typically, or you could actually make dinner and watch something at home, which is nice too. So, all right, you're a director now. You made this great film. When did movies become kind of magical to you, Craig? Or when did you decide you were in awe of movies?
Oh, very very young. I've loved them. I don't even know if I remember. I think my earliest memory of truly loving movies is probably watching Indiana Jones on TV with my dad.
Oh,
Like
nice.
that was probably like I remember multiple times because my dad's a real rewatcher. So whenever it was on, like we'd watch Indiana, and I'd always try to stay up late enough to see the whole movie.
Yeah, nice.
That's probably one of my earliest memories of watching. And ever since, I mean, I've always loved movies. And when I was in grade school and high school, I would make little home movies and edit them using 2 VCRs because that was the only way to do it back then.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, so yeah, pretty much my whole life I've loved movies.
Wasn't it great too when there was only like 4 channels or maybe a couple UHF channels too? It was always a thrill when a movie that you saw in the theater was on TV. It's like, I get to watch it again. Like, we're so spoiled now. I can watch anything I've ever seen in my life a couple clicks. You know what I mean?
And I still I feel like back then every movie was precious, and now I see this array of movies, and I'm like, none of these look good. You know, like so spoiled.
It's another Gerard Butler movie. Okay, sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a movie cocktail that you prefer?
A drink?
Yeah.
Well, at home it'll just be the traditional old fashioned, not the Wisconsin old fashioned. Just the whiskey, like that's a thing. That's something I lived in Chicago for a while. I grew up in Wisconsin, but when I moved to Chicago, I discovered that an old fashioned everywhere else in the world is different than it is in Wisconsin.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. There's no soda in it. There's no. It's just whiskey, bitters, and orange and sugar, basically.
That sounds delicious too. But what you sound like you prefer the Chicago one. Do you have a preference?
Yeah, I definitely prefer that because I feel like the Wisconsin one's too sweet. It's too sweet for me.
Okay.
But I'll have it once in a while.
Yeah. It's interesting. Chicago is my hometown, and I spent years and years there as an adult, and I don't think I've ever had that. I think I've only had the Wisconsin old fashioned, and now I probably wouldn't like anything else, you know? Like
I think when Wisconsin people go order an old fashioned somewhere else, they're like, "What? You forgot to make it all. What are you doing?"
And the bartender's just scratching his head like, okay. Have you ever snuck booze or food into a movie theater, Craig?
Well, are there cops listening?
I think the statute of limitations is long gone, for what it's worth.
I mean, yes, absolutely I have. Yes.
Anything in particular?
Probably something like vodka because it was easy to hide, you know.
Yeah. Is this young Craig?
No color.
How far back are you going?
Again, are there cops listening? Yeah, younger than I'd like to admit, probably.
Okay.
So
that's fair. I still sneak candy in sometimes, like the movie theater. If I'm at a hometown movie theater, a local Joe with his theater, I spend the money there. But like some of these mega chains that are just trying to bleed you, forget it. You know, they're shaking you down for money.
Oh yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll definitely sneak in sometimes.
All
Especially
right.
for our, go ahead.
Oh no, please finish.
Especially for our daughter, who might want some.
Oh, there you go. How old is your daughter?
Yeah. She's 7.
Oh, so you've seen your share of kid stuff too. That's great.
Yeah,
it's a fun age. Fun age for movie watching when you get down on their level and watch their films too.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes she has a hard time sitting there the whole time, but we're working on it.
All right. I think, Conrad, what do you think? Are we ready? We have enough information from Craig. We think we can get an accurate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Craig Benzine is here, a.k.a. Wheezy Waiter on YouTube, and he is a filmmaker and the director of No Packers, No Life. He has dropped by tonight to give us his popcorn pick of the week, and I think we are ready for that pick. Conrad, if you please. Mr. Benzine, shoot.
Logan Lucky.
Logan Lucky?
Yes. And I picked that. Do you know this movie?
I don't think I'm going to the IMDb right now.
I'm picking it specifically because it should be known more than it is.
Oh, Logan Lucky. Yes, this is the Logan Run remake, right?
No.
Oh, it's
not a Logan Run remake. It's a heist movie by Steven Soderbergh, starring Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, Seth MacFarlane's in it.
Oh my gosh.
Daniel Craig. Daniel Craig plays like an American with a Southern accent.
Wow. I am watching this tonight. I don't know how this slipped under my radar.
It is an incredible. So Steven Soderbergh, the director of.
Hey, Craig, hold that thought.
Yeah.
We'll pick up.
Okay.
We're going to do a really short break. We'll come back and get your thoughts. The popcorn pick of the week, ladies and gentlemen, thanks to Craig Benzine, Logan Lucky. We're going to talk about it right after this quick break on Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba.
I want you, baby, my sugar boo. I'm levitating, the Milky Way. We're renegading, yeah. I got you.
You're listening to Civic Media. Stay up to date on the latest news and information for your local community and Wisconsin by signing up for our free email newsletter. Visit civicmedia.us/email to get started.
Welcome back. This is Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba. Coming up in hour number 2, folks, at 7:35, Savannah Schindler will be here. She is from Visit Beloit, and she is their PR person. And we're going to talk about a yard game, a lawn game, if you will, that they're having a big tournament down there. It's called Coob, Conrad. Coob, not Cube.
Coob.
Coob. And it's a fun lawn game. We'll talk about that if you're up for a road trip and a lawn game that requires absolutely no athleticism. We'll do that. Our question of the night is, what is your most feared underwater sea serpent or sea creature? It could be real or mythical. You got to get your text in because at 7:35 we have pre-recorded content. We already interviewed Savannah, so we'll have to finish reading texts by the bottom of next hour. So get those in and we'll read those right now. Joining me over the stream is influencer director Craig Benzine. Craig just made his popcorn pick of the week. It's Logan Lucky, and it's a comedy crime drama. Craig, sticking with what you said, was your favorite genre pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much is. It's like, I would call it kind of an action comedy, it's more like a heist film. But also pretty heavy on the comedy. It's Steven Soderbergh, who directed one of the classic heist movies, Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
And
Black Bag.
Black Bag,
Yeah.
his newest movie, which I liked.
Great.
But this is another heist movie that he did, but this one it takes place in Virginia, and it's more of it's a smaller kind of heist. I mean, it's a big heist, but it's a smaller feeling film than Ocean's 11.
Yeah.
But it's really good. It's real. I don't know how anyone would dislike this movie. It's just funny and just fun.
This is every once in a while I get a popcorn pick of the week where I go, I'm watching that tonight because it kind of flew under my radar. I do remember this movie, but I don't know why I never saw it. It got outstanding reviews, 92% from critics on Rotten Tomatoes with 288 reviews, and an audience score a little less, 75%, but still very respectable, which probably tells me the ending is kind of cool, that not everybody like totally approved of it. So the audience wasn't quite there with the critics, but that makes me want to watch it even more. That's a great choice.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it didn't get the attention it deserved.
Yeah.
So I'm bringing it up.
Steven Soderbergh, great director, and that's a great choice, Craig Benzine. Thank you very much. So all right, if you can stick with us after the news, I'd love to do a deep dive on No Packers, No Life.
Sure.
But right now, I'm so amazed at what you've been able to do on the internet. Your Wheezy Waiter persona on YouTube, you have 1 million plus subscribers. And as I mentioned earlier in the show, not just like 1.3 million, you're like at 1.2 million, like you're handsomely past 1 million. That's very impressive.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome. How do you, and you do such different videos. Like you have your parents incorporated in some. That's a very funny video. Your wife, I saw you singing a song about bananas. Like, where's?
Yeah. Well, that was many years ago, but yeah.
How did you think of the persona, and what got you into that?
So I was waiting tables in Chicago back in 2005 through 2007 ish.
Okay.
I went to school at UW-Madison for communication arts, radio, television, film, and I knew how to edit. I as I said, I grew up like making movies and stuff, and I just always felt like I wasn't using my skills. I was waiting tables. I was in a band. I was kind of pursuing the band thing.
Wow.
And I thought, and in the back of my mind, I always thought, what if I just video on the internet was very early.
Yeah.
I wasn't even thinking about YouTube. I was thinking about just putting video on the internet somehow. And I thought, like, what if I made a movie every day or something? That was just an idea I threw around. And so I eventually just started. I just started like making ridiculous things very, very early. And didn't stop for many years, just making ridiculous videos, and kind of slowly grew an audience through. I mean, there were several lucky breaks and things that happened along the way, but I slowly grew an audience. I never really went viral early on. I just sort of continued making ridiculous things over and over and over again for a long time.
Do you still do that?
Well, nowadays, so like in 2018, there was kind of a shift in my content because the ridiculous things they weren't paying the bills anymore, really.
Okay.
The internet changed. Internet video changed. The expectation of what it should be changed.
Hmm.
And then I just had this idea in the back of my mind. So around 2018, I had around 500,000 subscribers. So after like many years of just grinding, and I decided, I had this idea in the back of my mind that I was going to do like a longer thing that was like a month-long experience that I could like document, like film myself periodically throughout the month doing something and then document it, whatever it is. And I tried the idea that I think it was the second attempt of a longer video I did. My wife and I quit added sugar for a month.
Oh, I remember. I watched that one.
Yeah.
That was great.
And that video is by far my most successful video. It has right now it has 12 million views.
Oh my gosh.
And that changed everything. So after that, I did more long form things like that ever since. And then my channel, which was kind of stuck at around 500,000 for a long time, that's when it started to grow more and got up to where we are today.
That's so cool that you like changed everything and it doubled your, because it probably could have gone the other way. So, tip of my hat to you. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network. Welcome back. This is Nite Lite with Pete Schwaba. Got something in my throat, but it's great to have you guys. Pardon me. It's great to have you guys with me. It says coffee, Conrad. It's the decaf.
I can smell your breath over here from those
Through the
puffs.
glass? Can you really?
Yeah.
You're so lucky. Can you smell my feet? They smell amazing. And I wouldn't have in-studio guests if I was emanating these horrible smells. That would be rude. All right, folks, we have Rob Thomas is here in hour number 2 at 7:20. He's a Madison-based film critic and the CityCast Madison newsletter editor. We will talk all things Madison and movies with Rob. But right now I'm excited to interview someone who has not been on the show before. He's a local guy right here from the streets of Green Bay, as I say, into the studio here at Nite Lite. He is a local photographer and musician, and he founded Chicken or the Egg Photography, and he joins me now in the studio, Chris Rogowski. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how's it going?
Good to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
You got here okay, I assume. I didn't know you lived as close as you do.
Yeah, I live across the river, and I take my bike almost everywhere that I can.
Yeah.
Why not?
Is that a Schwinn Varsity I saw you pull up with? No. No. You got a good bike?
Yeah, in fact, the bike that I bought, I'm just going to fluff my feathers right away. The bike that I bought is a Reed brand, REID, and I ended up doing some photo work for them. And they're based out of the UK. And so I ended up shooting photos for them, and now they're on the internet on a good thing.
Look at that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And you got a bike out of the deal, which is pretty
kind of.
Did they give you the bike?
No. I bought the bike from actually from Broken Spoke. Go to Broken Spoke. George is a good guy.
I'll set you up. Seems like they'd throw in a bike if you did a good job for them.
Yeah. I thought about it, but we'll see.
All right. Would you tell people if they have bad breath or not, or would you just keep that to yourself?
I was thinking about that when you were talking about that before, and there's a guy, no names mentioned, and he's got some of the worst breath imaginable.
Isn't that horrible?
And lovely guy, but man, breath mint, you need it.
Is he married?
I don't even know.
Okay. I'm glad I didn't. I was going to ask you, or his initials KK, but that's like, oof. Took a shot at my breath before, buddy. You're getting it thrown back at you. Yeah, that is terrible, right? It's like what, and then you dread, like when it's an all the time thing, you kind of dread, oh God, I got to go, and we're going to be in that office again, and it's cramped quarters.
You're going to see him, and you're just like,
yeah, right. You got to gear up. It's awful. All right, so before we jump into everything you've got going on, and you're a very busy guy, tell us a little bit about you and your background.
My background is in a lot of different things, but mainly it's in small business. So I've never had a corporate job in my life. Yeah, basically, I've never had a corporate job except for like cops, and that was stocking shelves.
Okay.
It's not very corporate. I worked for my dad for 20 years, and I said, one day I just said enough's enough. And he's like, good. I've been waiting for you to say that.
Oh, no kidding.
It was a good thing.
Yeah.
But he's been super supportive of me, and I've been doing the photography for 12 years now. I've been full-time business owner for the last 4.
Okay.
So I've been doing exclusively photography, journalism, and that stuff for 4 years.
So, all right. It sounded like I was reading an article about you earlier, an interview you did with a local publication, I think. And you said it took you a while to get up the courage to quit your day job, which a lot of creative people do. If they or not even creative, they want to go into business was that the day job you had working for your dad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was a good job. Don't get me wrong. It was just it was not my thing anymore. But it took me 7 years. 7 years to build up the courage to be like, I'm just going to do it. And then I did it. And then it was scary, very scary at first. I hit January 1st of 2021, I think, or 22, and I had no more paychecks coming in. And I was like, well, what do I do now?
Wow.
Is this what freedom's supposed to feel like?
It is scary. I remember when I started doing stand-up, and I was working at the Chicago Board of Trade. That was like my day job. I had that for like 9 months, and it's like, it's so long ago, I haven't thought of it. It's like I've just been in turmoil my whole adult life because I haven't really worked for many corporations either. But like, it's scary. And then you go, do I have enough? What if, I'm booked 4 months ahead? What if that dries up? For you as a photographer, how far ahead did you have to book yourself before you said, I'm going to do this full time?
I had 0 plans. I had 0 savings, 0 plans. The only plans I had were Mile of Music. They hired me. This was the year after COVID shut everything down, and they came back in 22 in a safe way, right? Yeah. And then at the same time, I had gotten hired by Harmon Studios to do school portraits, and so I did the school portraits until that was no more, and then I worked there until like December 23rd or whatever, because after that point, it was just dead season.
Okay.
And I remember telling my better half, I said, so I gave my 3-month notice today. This was in like March or April or something. And she's like, oh? And I went, yeah. You told me I could. And she's like, I didn't think you would do it. and she's the only thing she said was, after she was sitting there, thinking and how am I going to respond to this, was, I'm not going to be your sugar mama. And I said, great. I don't want you to be. And it took me a good year to build up kind of where I got to, but it's been good.
You had a different woman, though, that was your sugar mama, I would assume. You don't want to put that on your wife, but come on, you got to pay the bills,
yeah,
right?
Right.
All right, so tell us about chicken or the egg photography. What do you? I saw you do. You have weddings. You started doing schools. Yeah. What can people expect? What do they go there for? What kind of pictures?
Sure. So my main markets, this is a great time to ask because I just emailed someone this morning about this. So I'm a commercial photographer. Okay. I got into photography via doing events and stuff for On Broadway in downtown Green Bay. And they're some of my most cherished clients. I love them to bits. And then I got more in the commercial realm of things where that's at least where I'm getting into. And the markets I've really started to explore is the acronym BEAT, B-E-A-T, kind of a play on music too.
Yeah.
So it's B is bands, A is active, B-E, yeah, I can spell. E is experience. So think like restaurants and events and things like that. People need to see the experience, I think, to appreciate it. A is active. That goes back to the Reed thing with the biking and all that kind of thing, Tough Mudders,
right?
Whatever. And then T is travel. So, I like to travel, and I would like to get jobs doing travel stuff too, because why not? Sounds fun.
Do you? Absolutely, and especially if you can get your trip paid for and work while you're there too.
Kind of.
I have to say, I remember when Sports Illustrated was the thing. It was like illustrated. It was pictures and when the internet became the internet and everything was video and clips and all that, I thought, are pictures going to go away? Like, or is photography a lost art? But it's really not. And I think more than ever, it's capturing those moments where you don't get to decide. It's like, this is the moment you're looking at. How do you feel about that? Is that ever a fear of yours that as a photographer, and maybe you do video stuff too, but
not really.
No. So where do you weigh in on that? It seems like it's here to stay if it's weathered all this video and clips and,
I think that the reality is that photo is here to stay.
Yeah.
I think video made a grand entrance and people love to use it and it's great, but frankly, within the FCC realm, if you don't know how to light a good video, it's never going to be good.
Right.
Photography and video lighting is everything.
Absolutely.
Okay, so understanding the art form is huge. I think the other element of it is that from a reality standpoint, using a phone to capture the reels like on social media and stuff, that's an amazing way to get your brand out there.
Yeah.
People think you have to hire all this, now I'm going to contradict myself, but people think you have to hire all this amazing talent and quality to get these amazing reels. The fact is people don't care about that in the reels. They want real content. They want to see human to human. They don't care about actors.
That's interesting. My guest is Chris Rogowski. He's the founder of Chicken or the Egg Photography, and he is a photographer and a local musician as well. We're talking to him about his photography. This article I read about you, Chris, was interesting.
Yeah. I'm curious what article it is.
I don't remember the name of it, but in the article, it said you started Chicken or the Egg Photography after you sobered up, got off caffeine and sugar.
Yeah.
Would you have been able to do it if you hadn't kicked those? And how did that help you? Were you abusing all three of them, or was it like?
Yeah, so I was a functioning alcoholic. I that's the best I can say.
Sure.
And I just finally had enough. COVID kicked my butt, and I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And January 4th of 21, I said, this is it. And the last beer I had was actually FML, and I won't say what that is. You can figure it out if you Google search it. But
Conrad, Google.
Yeah.
Take a memo. FML beer.
And so I had enough, and in 7 months I quit my job. I lost 60 pounds.
Whoa.
About 60 pounds. I did end up eating candy and sugar again, but that's besides the point. And I haven't had caffeine in 5 years. Just about 5 years. And would I have been able to do it? I'm sure. Would I have wanted to? Probably not. I would have found every reason to not do it.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. As a photographer, when you're shooting something where you have an artistic POV or something you want to capture, those substances, does that affect your creativity in any way? Or does it just make you more hyper, or did it actually affect how you would capture something?
Well, that's a good question. I haven't thought about it in that way. I don't know, but I can tell you this. I work at the sardine can, and I take photos at the bar. And just being around it as much as I am now, it really makes me realize how glad I am to not be on it. Because it really, I guess thinking about, and that's a long way of saying, it dampened my ability to think. I mean, sad to say, my routine was get home, take a few shots, and, start the night off. And it's really sad to say that, but I'm so glad I don't do it anymore.
No, it's interesting because I went and heard the screenwriter Paul Schrader, who wrote Taxi Driver, talk.
Yeah.
And back in the early 2000s, I loved sitting at my computer, throwing a couple whiskeys back and writing, and I felt like a writer.
Yeah.
And he said, write drunk, edit sober.
Uh-huh.
But I've, hardly drank at all the last few years, and I find that you write better too. It's not, there's this misconception that, I'm more creative when you might think of something goofy or whatever. I'm not saying you can't, but it's why I was asking you that. I was curious. All right, so Chris Rogowski is here. He's the founder of Chicken or the Egg of Photography, and he is a local musician as well. I'm going to talk to him about some of the work he did for Mile of Music, and we'll talk more about his process too, because you have a photojournalistic background as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about that as well. All right. And our question of the night, folks, you can still get in on the fun. It's National Fresh Breath Day. What is the best way to tell someone they have bad breath? Or what is the worst breath? I love garlic breath. It's Pete Schwaba. We're coming back with Nite Lite, and you got the Civic Media Radio Network.
Tonight, make that highway run. You don't have to call me lieutenant. I don't wanna be your son. Only lover I'm ever gonna need. A soft, sweet little girl's tongue.
You're listening to Civic Media. Find the latest news, information, and archives of all your favorite shows on the Civic Media website, civicmedia.us.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite Lite, and it is great to have you here, folks. We are spending this Tuesday night, as we so often do, talking about the things in life that make us happy. Conrad, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
What are
bad
they?
breath?
Bad breath, movies, TV. They all go hand in hand. If you watch a lot of TV, if you're a couch potato, you can have bad breath. That's the beautiful thing about it.
Popcorn doesn't give you good breath, does it? All that butter?
No.
I eat popcorn all the time. My breath smells amazing.
All right.
We'll take your word for it, Chris. That is the voice of Chris Rogowski. He is a Northeast Wisconsin-based photographer and musician and the founder of Chicken or the Egg Photography here in Green Bay. He's a kid who lifted himself up from the streets of Green Bay. I love to say that. I used to say that about Tiger Woods because people would say just because, like in my neighborhood in Chicago where I grew up, people were just like, when Tiger Woods went pro, and this is a true story. Yeah, it could be tough for a young black kid like that joining the tour. A lot of cultural differences. I'm like, he's a golfer. You think he's carrying his clubs around the streets looking for pickup games? Like, what are you talking about?
This 9-iron's going to hit your head.
Yeah, right. So you're from the streets of Green Bay, though, and you've picked yourself up. So, all right, Chris, what did you do for Mile of Music? You said you were busy with that. You're editing stuff, just shooting pictures or video? Or
Yeah, so I'm on the Mile of Music photo team. I have been for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So I'm officially associated with Mile of Music. Kim's a lovely person. Thank you, Kim, for believing in me all the time.
We don't know Kim, do we?
Probably not.
Con?
Kim Mothy?
Yeah.
Oh, Kim Mothy. She
was on the show.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I was thinking Abby Novak, but Kim was on the show last week.
Okay,
Kim's awesome.
Okay, just regard my comment. You probably don't know her, but she's a great person. Love her to bits.
Yeah.
But I was shooting photos for the festival and bands, people, all that kind of stuff. And actually, I just got done editing them right before I had to leave for this.
Wow.
And they're uploading, right? That's like 1,000, 2,000 some odd photos just done in 2 days.
And that's crazy. And you said you walked like 34 miles.
Yeah, just over 34 miles. And I saw a cat. This is the first time in mile history I've seen a cat. Someone was holding onto a cat while they were listening to a band, and the cat was just chilling.
Why is that so weird? People, no pets allowed?
I've never seen someone hold a cat like that.
Did you take a picture of it?
I did, yeah. It was adorable.
So what do you do with all these pictures? Does it go to the Mile of Music website or downtown Appleton, something like that?
Yeah, so they all go to Mile of Music. So because I'm shooting for them, and then I use whatever I want out of that for my website, for promo, talk to bands, things like that. Yeah.
We had a lot of fun talking with Kim. I think it was probably last Tuesday or Wednesday, and it's so much work. But what is that like? You're a musician. What is that music festival like? I mean, we've got our share of music festivals in Wisconsin, but what's Mile of Music do for you as a musician?
As a musician, it really it's like the number one way of connecting to other musicians.
Okay.
And it feels that the collaboration that's there and the cohesiveness between musicians, whether you're a folk artist or a metal artist or whatever, like everyone is there and you're connected and you all just chit chat.
Yeah.
I mean, I've met people who have formed relationships and been, gotten together as boyfriend, girlfriend, or whatever
Okay.
because of Mile of Music. It's just an amazing thing.
So are there bands or genres of music that are more exciting to shoot, like some rocker running around or a folk artist because they're so still? Like what gets you jazzed?
There was a guy, Ben Katzman in the Degreasers or something like that. And he was such a fun guy to shoot. He was just all over the place, moving around, everything else. And it was just exciting. And then there was a couple others that were nice. I like the folk ones too. You know, you get to like chill a little bit, and then they got two poses. And I'm on radio, so you can't see me. But imagine someone hunched over and someone not hunched over, and that's all you get, right? So, yeah, I don't know. It depends. What do you want to see? How about that?
Yeah. So have you ever performed there as a musician?
I did. This is the third year.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I don't know. I must be the only one in Mile history now, 12 years, who's double-fisted it, so to speak. I did photos and music.
Okay.
And it's been fun.
So you got 2 gigs there almost, or 2 things you got to stay
In
focused.
fact, I have to go to the bank and cash a check.
Wow. All right. How much do you make a year, Chris? No, I'm just...
Yeah.
All right.
After expenses.
So what would you tell people? Like, I've never been to Mile of Music, but I've interviewed people here. Each year I've been on the air.
Yeah.
And I've heard, Atwood Music in Madison, obviously Summerfest. Mile of Music has become this huge thing. What if someone hasn't been there? Why should they go? What will they come away with?
They should go to Mile of Music because it's the only festival, in my mind, that you can get so many different experiences in one setting. And it's literally a mile of music. You can walk into multiple venues. And it's all free.
Yeah, that's really
It's completely free, funded by sponsorships and everything else. And that's huge. I mean, any other music festival, you're paying buco bucks to get into.
Yeah.
And you get to meet the musicians. You get to talk to them. It's not Summerfest where you're, in this tiny little Summerfest area. It's just a good time.
Are there more genres typically represented at Mile of Music than others, or is it a pretty good variety?
I think it's a decent variety.
Okay.
There's folk, rock, creative, all that kind of stuff. It's just a bunch of different things that you're probably not going to get at an average festival.
What do you play? What's your genre of music?
Rock.
All
yeah,
right.
Age of Fables, the band.
We'll talk more about that. We're gonna we'll do the news here, then we'll come back for Act 2. Yeah. Bridget in the 818 is answering our question tonight. She says, other than a breath mint, and insist they take.
I think she meant offer.
Offer them a breath. It's like, wait a minute. Well, that happens. It happens to me too. I'm Pete Schwaba, and this is Nite Lite on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Never to be mine, no matter how I try.
The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.